Good morning, stamping friends. I hope you guys are all doing well. I'm doing really well. I'm nice and relaxed and refreshed because I had a couple days of celebrating my daughter's birthday with her. We went to a spa yesterday and we just had a really great time. It was a nice day, and it's just one of those days where you have to just kick back and relax and enjoy. So we did that. We hit the spa, we hit Starbucks, we had dinner, and we went to a movie. So it was just really fun. But now I'm back in my little craft room here, and I wanted to remind you that today is free shipping day. And so all day long until, let's see, midnight Mountain Time, which would be 11 o'clock if you live in Arizona, you can take advantage of free shipping. Now you do have to purchase at least $75 before tax and shipping, but it's always worth it because you save an 11% in shipping. So definitely worth taking your time to figure out what you need and just put that order in. And then if your order is under $150, if you don't mind using the host code, you can find that either on my blog. I always have the current host code, or I'll post it when I show my card here. And I'm excited to share with you a project. And so I'm going to turn the camera around and let's get started on today's project. We are going to start with Pretty in Pink cardstock. This is 8.5 inches by 5.5 inches. And I just scored it in half on the long side at 4 1/4. So just take your bone folder and make a nice crease. And then we are going to take the embossing folder. It's the 3D circles one. There's an official name for this. It is called the Dotted Circles 3D embossing folder. So I just centered this in the middle of the embossing folder and embossed it. I like it because it makes a really nice divot. Like the 3D embossing folders make it even deeper, the little folds and stuff in there. So I really like those. I am actually using up the edges of my Stampin' Dimensionals. Don't ever throw these away because these little pieces that are around the edge, they work just as well as the full-size ones. And sometimes you just want a little skinny one. So I'm going to use these up. All right, now we're just going to center this on our card. And the next thing we're going to do is take some of our iridescent ribbon. This is really nice because it just picks up whatever color you're using. And what we're going to do is add some adhesive right smack in the middle, just kind of go at an angle there. And then I don't even measure it. I just kind of set it on about where I want it to go. I'd say right about there. And it's just going to add a little bit of interest to the behind the little element that we're going to put on here. And it will stick to that adhesive that you just put on, and then just trim it about the same size on this side. All right. Now what we're going to do is use a circle from the Spotlight on Nature, and we are going to place this right here in the middle. So I'm going to grab more dimensionals. When I do circles, I usually do about 3 of them. And this die set, even if you're not into flowers so much, the die set is worth getting because there's so many different flower sizes and designs on there, and it's kind of become my go-to for circles now. It's just kind of fun to use something different than the stylish shape ones all the time. All right, so we're just gonna adhere it there. Now, the next thing we're gonna do is take some designer series paper. I have chosen 2 prints from Unbounded Beauty. And I am going to use the cute little bag that we have. I'm from Minnesota, and my daughter still calls it a bag, B-A-G long A. And it's a bag. I keep trying to convert her, but she grew up with that, so I guess that's what she's always going to call it. So we're just going to use Memento Black and stamp this, but we're going to make a little magic happen to this bag and make it a little more cute or something different. Now, you can use die cuts if you want, but because I'm going to be cutting even more than what the die cut does, I'm just going to fussy cut it, and I'll show you what we're going to do. We are going to cut the bag off, or I mean the tissue off, and just go around the handle And we're gonna do this on both bags. Bags. All right, now, if you can believe this, we are going to even cut out that part underneath the handle. And there's two ways that you can do this. I'll show you both ways. The first is just the good old-fashioned X-Acto knife. So we're just gonna go right on that black line. And I know it's a little bit of work, but I promise it'll be worth what you see in the end result. And then the other way, let's see if I got it, all the edges. Yep, okay, see, that didn't take too long. The other way is to grab like I think this is a 1/16 inch punch, and you just want to make a punch in that middle part just to get it started. Can you see that? Besides the ink on my hand, see that little hole there? And that's basically just to get a little hole started, because I tried making the hole with my scissors and it just it didn't poke real well because it's not small enough, and so it's just easier to get that little hole started, and then you can just fussy cut and trim around. So I would say they both take about the same amount of time, but this one you probably could do in the car, on the airplane, but just go like that and voila, same effect. All right, now the next thing we're going to do is take 2 pieces of tissue paper, and this is just tissue paper from my wrapping paper area. You can use whatever color. I just wanted to use white, and you're just going to pinch it up like this. Very simple. And then we're going to make a little we'll put a little bit of adhesive on the back like this, and you're just going to place it right, well, you might want to watch from the front and then see how high you want it. So just make sure the tissue doesn't go outside the bag. Let me rearrange this a little bit. Put a few more folds in there. It doesn't have to be perfect, but I'm trying to make it perfect and not be too particular about it. All right, see if I can do better on this one. I wonder if it would help to make a little point with something. Let's see. Let me use my tweezer. You can just kind of wrap it around something like that. Maybe not. All right. Now, let me get the other bag. Do the same thing, put some adhesive on the back, and then just poke this up like that. There we go. All right, now we are going to put this on the card front, and what I'd like to do is take your larger dimensional and put it right smack on there so it doesn't come loose. You'll only need 1 dimensional on this one. Then we're going to place it right on the center of the circle here. We're going to put 2 of them kind of at an angle. We'll put one like that, one like this, and there's one more little detail that we want to do that this makes it so cute. So what I did was, we have these Stampin' Up logos that we can download from the Stampin' Up website. So I just shrunk them way, way, way small, and then we're going to flip them over. I cut them out after I printed them. And what I just do is I print it, I save it, and then I shrink it down and I print it on Word. I have Word for Mac, and then just print them out. You can do any color you want. And we're gonna make these Stampin' Up bags, so hopefully if you love Stampin' Up products, this would be a fun little gift card. I do sell gift certificates, and oh, that would be cute if I made these. If you wanna buy a gift certificate and gift that certificate to someone, I would be happy to make one of these for you, and that would be a cute way to present the gift card. All right, now we just have a little bit more we have to do. I'm gonna grab some scrap paper, and one of the sentiments that came in here is so cute. It says, let me find it, shopping is always a good thing. So we're gonna stamp this twice. Once we're gonna do it in Pretty in Pink, which is one of our new in colors. And then the other one we're gonna do in Memento Black. Let me clean my stamp off really quick. And I'll show you why we're doing 2 of them. What we're gonna do is fussy cut these, and we are gonna use the always and go around each little letter. And this is really an in trend now to cut around letters. And you know, we don't have a die for everything. We have a couple sets that have words and you can actually die cut around them, but this one doesn't. And so we're just gonna fussy cut, and it's not a big deal. There's not too many loops and things that make it harder to cut. So, and this will make the sentiment smaller because there's not really a lot of room in this design. And so I wanted the words to be on here, or the sentiment I should say, but I didn't want it to take up all that space. All right, so there's that. And then this one, we're just gonna do straight cuts. So I'm just gonna line up my scissors with the bottom of the saying and just cut as straight as I can. Don't even mess with a trimmer because it is just way too, and then I'm gonna do the shopping. It's just too small of a cut and hard to line up. So fussy cutting is good. And then just try to make it straight as you can. Need to, and also get it as tight as you can to the words. All right, and then trim the ends off. Teeny tiny words here. So we're gonna put this above. We're gonna line it up almost exactly how it is on the stamp because it fits really well inside of the word always. I love this set. This was one of the first ones I bought when we could order from the new catalog. And I have made a ton of cards with this. All right, so I think we'll start with the word always. And I can see that I did not make smooth lines here. Just kind of smooth that out a little bit. All right, now for this, I think we should use the tiny dimensional so I don't have to trim any down. And a couple should do it. Which color do you like best of the new in colors? I cannot decide. We used to have Pretty in Pink before. Of course, I got rid of all mine because it was retired, but I'm so glad it came back because I think it's just a really good basic pink that is classic and timeless. I also do love the Peach Pie. I think the Summer Splash and Shy Shamrock are really close, but they are different. I think my favorite is Summer Splash because I have one room in my craft room painted that color. And then I like it better than the Clover. I mean the Shy Shamrock. But I think the Shy Shamrock is gonna be used for Christmas this year. Pretty soon we'll have the Christmas catalog and I bet that's gonna be one of our Christmas greens. And then let me put 2 more on this one and then we're about done. So like I said, this would make a really cute gift certificate for someone. So let me know if you're interested and I can get one to you. Just tell me who it's for and how much and I will make this card and send that so it's a package deal. There we go. All right, and then also please use my host code. I don't have it sitting in front of me, and so always on my blog I have the host code on the right hand side, and that would really help me out. Well, thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you like this cute little shopping cart, and you guys have a great week, and we will see you next Tuesday morning. Bye bye everyone.